Monday, February 11th. This is PSN News. Tonight, we'll bring you more on the aftermath of the helicopter incident that happened last fall, as well as a recap of the State of the Union address.
We'll also have more on former Penn State football defensive coordinator Jerry Sandusky and his resentencing, as well as an exclusive interview with 46 Live. Stay tuned.
In the aftermath of a low-flying helicopter disrupting a, quote, unruly tailgate at Penn State's home football game against Ohio State last fall, 4 students have been charged with alcohol-related misdemeanor offenses. Connor Fitzgerald, Joshua Spear, Mark Lunny Jr., and Jared Bauer have been accused of organizing the fraternity-sponsored tailgate and have been charged with unlicensed consumption, unlawful sales of liquor, and furnishing liquor to minors. A preliminary hearing for the students is set for March 13th.
Former Penn State football defensive coordinator Jerry Sandusky, who was previously found guilty of 45 counts of child abuse in June 2012, will be resentenced in Centre County, according to a release from the Pennsylvania Superior Court. Sandusky was originally sentenced 30 to 60 years in prison, but challenged the legality of his sentencing, arguing that the trial court's use of the mandatory minimum sentencing was illegal. The Superior Court agreed, allowing Sandusky's resentencing, but will not grant him a retrial.
A woman is facing charges after crashing her vehicle and killing a driver on the Mount Nittany Expressway last September. Nyla Oliver, 19, of Williamsport, lost control of her vehicle, crossed over the grass median, and hit Robert Bloom's vehicle head-on, killing him instantly and injuring his 15-year-old son in the passenger seat. Nyla now faces charges of homicide by vehicle, involuntary manslaughter, and reckless endangerment of another person. She was released on a $25,000 bail following the incident. A preliminary hearing is set for February 20th.
On Wednesday, December 19, 2018, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine filed an official complaint with the United States Department of Agriculture against Penn State Hershey Medical Center, alleging them of violating the Animal Welfare Act. The committee's Director of Academic Affairs found that live pigs were being used to teach emergency procedures. He added that the center is the only one in the state to perform training on live animals and did not consider alternative methods. Hershey Medical Center commented that its facility, quote, follows all applicable regulatory requirements and maintains a strong commitment to treating animals in a humane and ethical way, end quote.
Stay tuned, because after the break, Natalie Graham will give you the latest in entertainment news.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Natalie Graham with your entertainment update. The national tour of Beautiful, the Tony and Grammy Award-winning Carole King Broadway musical, is coming to the Eisenhower Auditorium for 7 performances, running from February 19th to the 24th. The musical focuses around the life of Carole King, a young female composer in New York City, who later becomes one of the most well-known songwriters of the 20th century. The musical includes characters such as her husband, Jerry Goffin, and rival songwriters Cynthia Weil and Barry Mann. Tickets are available for purchase on Ticketmaster and are $50 for Penn State students. Penn State alumnus Joshua Altman recently served as an editor for an Oscar-nominated film titled Minding the Gap. The 93-minute film follows 3 young men who escape their volatile families in their Rust Belt hometown. The trio faces unexpected revelations about their friendship and must learn to overcome them. The film recently earned a special jury award at the Sundance Film Festival, which was a huge step for Altman's career. Altman graduated with the film and video degree from Penn State's College of Communications in 2003. He landed his first job as an editor job for a reality TV show in Los Angeles. He then went to work for a wide variety of documentaries and films. We can definitely expect more Academy Award nominations in the future from our fellow Penn State alumnus. The 61st Annual Grammy Awards were held last night at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. This year, the show celebrated legendary singer Diana Ross's 75th birthday by having her 9-year-old grandson introduce her before performing. The show continued with Jennifer Lopez singing a Motown tribute with Ne-Yo and Smokey Robinson. Up-and-coming artist Her won Best R&B Album for her self-titled project. History was also made last night when Cardi B won Best Rap Album for Invasion of Privacy, which is the first time a female has won in that category. Other award winners included Dua Lipa for Best New Artist, and Childish Gambino snagged Record of the Year with his song This Is America. That's your entertainment update. Stay tuned because after the break, Alexa Arcudi has the latest in sports.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Alexa Arcudi with your sports update. Number 1 Penn State Wrestling came out with a big win this weekend in Columbus, Ohio versus the number 2 Buckeyes. The Nittany Lions remained strong from start to finish with a convincing 28-9 win in front of 13,000 fans. The duel began at 133 pounds with true freshman Roman Bravo Young, ranked number 15, defeating number 6 Luke Pletcher of the Buckeyes. The match ended with a 2-1 win in overtime for Bravo Young after he successfully maintained offensive control over Pletcher. Senior Bo Nickel, ranked number 1, met number 2 Colin Moore and pinned him at the 1 minute and 38-second mark. The duel ended with heavyweight Anthony Cassar winning by major decision over Chase Singletary. Number 18 men's hockey team defeats Minnesota 6-2 on Saturday evening to complete the weekend sweep. The Minnesota Gophers began the scoring, but the goal was challenged by Penn State because there were too many men on the ice. Nate Suchis began the scoring by Penn State at 2 minutes and 10 seconds in the first period after he was sprung on a breakaway and finished with a forehand-backhand move, making the score 1-1. The Gophers tied the game up in the first period at 15 minutes and 15 seconds as Brent Gates Jr. successfully scored. Suchis closed the scoring with his third goal of the weekend and made the final score of 6-2 at 15 minutes and 14 seconds in the third period. The number 2 ranked Duke's men basketball team defeated the number 3 Virginia Cavaliers 81-71 this past weekend. RJ Barrett scored 26 points, Zion Williamson had 18 points, and Duke kept the lead early with a barrage of 3-point shots. Barrett hit his first 5 tries from 3-point range for the Blue Devils. His 5th 3-point shot gave them a 29-15 lead after less than 12 minutes. Kyle Guy and Ty Jerome each scored 16 points, leading Virginia, whose 13 home game winning streak came to an end. That was your sports update. Stay tuned because after break, we'll bring you an exclusive interview with the executive producer of 46 Live, Megan Shields, and host Laura McKinney.
Hi, I'm Erin Alessandroni, and welcome back to PSN News. Tonight we have Megan Shields, the executive producer of 46 Live, and host Laura McKinney, who are here to tell us about their club and how they're preparing for Thon Weekend. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, ladies.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you. Megan, if you could tell us a little bit about what exactly 46 Live is and how it got started.
Sure. So 46 Live is actually the live telecast of the Penn State Dance Marathon. And so it does go for 46 hours, all live, all web streamed on thon.org/webstream. And it's just an opportunity for us to bring Thon to everyone who can't physically be in the Bryce Jordan Center that weekend. So one of my favorite statistics to share is that inside the Bryce Jordan Center, you have about 15,000 people. On our live stream at our peak watch last year, we had 14,000 people. So we're bringing Thon to a whole other Bryce Jordan Center worth of people all across the world.
That is absolutely fantastic. Oh my goodness. And Laura, I know that you're a broadcast journalism major. Decided to get involved specifically with 46 Live.
I think for me, having the opportunity to be able to broadcast not only here, but globally, we have people watching from around the world, and having that opportunity to be able to bring that energy that you feel in the BJC to anybody is just a privilege.
I'm very excited to tune in. Megan, as the executive producer this year, do you guys have any new, interesting, innovative ideas that you're the most excited about?
Sure. So one thing that we introduced new this year was actually packages that are being produced during Thon Weekend. So in previous years, we had only done packages like pre-produced content leading up to Thon Weekend. But this year, we're actually going to have a team in the Bryce Jordan Center making those overnight recaps, making things that people might not normally see if they sleep kind of normal hours, and then bringing those later in the day to people who might have missed them. So I'm really excited to see how that goes and have people live editing while we're also streaming.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea for sleep-deprived people. What kind of preparation goes into before Thon? I know a lot of your work goes on in those 46 hours. How have you guys been preparing in the last couple weeks?
So it's actually a couple different facets, and I'll let Laura tell you more about how our hosts have been preparing. But our crew, we train them on all of our equipment. We also have to make master schedules. We have to make sure that we have people staffing every position at all times. And we have about 70 people on our team, so it's pretty big. And my role as executive producer is really just to troubleshoot all of those issues. So we just spent a week interviewing dancers for some pre-produced content.
Oh, fantastic.
And we had 25 interviews get canceled because of snow.
Things that are out of your control can be very difficult sometimes.
So it's stuff like that, figuring that out and making sure that we can still get everyone a chance to share their story. And of course, the hosts are doing preparation as well.
Yeah, for the hosts, we're just making sure we're brushing up on our facts, knowing Thon inside and out, and knowing all the people who are part of it.
Fantastic. Laura, have you been to Thon before, and is there a specific part that you're most looking forward to seeing?
Yeah, I have been to Thon before. This will be my third one, and I think for me, just witnessing the largest student-run philanthropy in the whole world, there's nothing like that. You can't compare that to anything. So being able to just feel that energy and share that with so many people and the Penn State community will really be impactful.
Fantastic. I'm really looking forward to tuning in, and I really appreciate you guys being here. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for now. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll have this week's weather report after the break. Stay tuned.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Well, happy Monday, everyone. This is Logan Westro back in the Weather Center here with your updated PSN forecast. Now, for those of you who are not a big fan of winter and cold and snow, I do have some good news for you as we look into this week's forecast, and I'll have more on that in just a few moments. But the snowpack that's already on the ground right now, we will start to see that melting as we look into this week because temperatures are going to be above normal up until around Thursday. And I'll just tell you how warm it will get around Thursday in just a few moments. But we will have those showers returning back into the region into Thursday and to Thursday night. Now, future forecast showing that those temperatures around this afternoon, we will be around 35 in Williamsport and State College, 31 down in Johnstown, even temperatures still at 22 degrees up in Erie, and Philadelphia sitting at the warmest spot around 45 degrees. Though you do notice we have generally clear skies across Pennsylvania, and we do have these northwesterly streamlines showing that that wind is going to be coming from the northwest, giving us those colder temperatures throughout the day. Now, overnight, we will have a very cold night, probably the coldest out of the whole entire week. As we look into Tuesday around 10 a.m., those temperatures are still going to be very well below freezing, 25 in State College, even 28 down in Johnstown, and even 19 up in Bradford. Now, as we look into the evening hours for tonight, we will be around 32 degrees at 6 p.m. with clouds starting to decrease. 9 p.m. bringing us generally clear skies with around 28 degrees. And as we look at around midnight, temperatures will be around 24, so bring out those jackets because you will definitely need them if you do head out tonight. Overall, tonight we will be around 19 degrees for our low with clear and cold conditions. Winds generally calm throughout the evening hours. Now, as we look into tomorrow, temperatures are going to warm up to around 37 degrees, mostly sunny skies, and winds still light and variable throughout the day. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast from the Penn State Campus Weather Service, Thursday is definitely going to be the warmest day out of this week with a high of 56 degrees. With overcast conditions, rain is possible throughout the day, especially into the evening hours. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sun does return back into the forecast with temperatures around 39 on Friday and warming up to around 46 by Sunday. And by the time we hit Monday, showers return back into the region with a temperature around 48. Be sure to tune into PSN Sports coming up next.
Jeff Bezos is accusing a publication of blackmail and extortion after they exposed his extramarital affair with former Fox host Lauren Sanchez. The National Enquirer, a supermarket tabloid, and their parent company, American Media, are now coming under fire from Bezos' representatives regarding their shaky legal practices. Bezos, the richest man in the world with a $130 billion net worth, has accused American Media in a blog post, saying that the act of revealing 11 pages of information regarding his affair with Sanchez is unlawful. American Media stands by its reporting, saying that they, quote, believe fervently that it acted lawfully in the reporting of the story of Mr. Bezos, end quote.
A second woman has accused Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax of sexually assaulting her. Meredith Watson alleged that Fairfax raped her when they were both students at Duke in 2000 and that the attack was, quote, premeditated and aggressive, end quote. Her lawyer claimed that Watson shared her account of the assault through emails and Facebook, and the account was similar to Vanessa Tyson's, Fairfax's initial accuser. Fairfax denied the allegations, saying he has, quote, never forced himself on anyone ever, end quote. Residents of Virginia, including former Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, are calling for the lieutenant governor's resignation. However, Fairfax has said he will not resign.
President Donald Trump delivered the second State of the Union address of his presidency to Congress last Tuesday, February 5th. Trump covered many notes in his 90-minute speech, including immigration and national security, party divides and separations, and as well recognized the record number of women that were voted into Congress this past election cycle. One of the larger takeaways is that as of now, according to Trump, no national state of emergency will be declared in response to the wall at the Mexican border not being funded, after threats to declare one during the recent record 35-day government shutdown. The State of the Union itself also had to be pushed back because of the shutdown.
This past Friday, President Donald Trump confirmed that a second summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un will be held in the Vietnamese capital, Hanoi. The summit will be held on February 27th and the 28th. Trump has said that the summits are progress towards peace by denuclearizing the Korean Peninsula. However, U.S. officials warned that Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, continues to develop ballistic missiles at undeclared sites. North Korea's foreign minister said that the country will not be the first to disarm.
And that's all for tonight on PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter at PSN News. Thank you for joining us.